Welcome to your detailed daily horoscope analysis for Gemini on May 25, 2025. This is going to be a particularly fascinating day for you, Gemini, as the celestial alignments create a unique energy pattern that specifically resonates with your air sign qualities. Let's begin with the overall cosmic landscape. On this day, the Sun is firmly in Gemini, illuminating your core traits and bringing your natural communication skills and intellectual curiosity into sharp focus. This is your season, Gemini, a time when the universe naturally amplifies your gifts. But what makes May 25th especially interesting is Mercury's position. Your ruling planet will be forming a harmonious trine with Jupiter, creating a powerful gateway for mental expansion and new opportunities. The morning begins with an intellectually stimulating moon in Aquarius, creating an air trine with your Gemini sun. This alignment particularly favors brainstorming, writing, and all forms of communication. You'll wake up with your mind buzzing with ideas, perhaps too many to capture at once. I strongly recommend keeping a notebook beside your bed, as insights may come even before you're fully awake. This mental clarity is your superpower today. In terms of your career sphere, this is not a day to work alone if you can help it. The Mercury-Jupiter trine is practically begging you to collaborate, network, and share your brilliant ideas with others. If you've been considering pitching a project, applying for a promotion, or reaching out to a potential mentor, the cosmic forces are creating favorable conditions for these pursuits. There's a particular window between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. when your charisma and persuasiveness will be at their peak schedule, important conversations during this time if possible. Your financial intuition receives a boost today as Venus forms an interesting aspect with Pluto. You might receive unexpected insights about investments or notice patterns in your spending that have previously eluded you. This isn't necessarily a day for making major financial moves, but rather for gathering information and planning strategically for the future. A conversation with someone older or more experienced could yield valuable financial advice. Stay open to wisdom from unexpected sources. Regarding your personal relationships, the day brings a fascinating mix of energies. Early in the day, you may feel somewhat detached and analytical about your emotional connections, preferring to engage on an intellectual level. However, as the moon shifts into Pisces in the late afternoon, your emotional sensitivity dramatically increases. This could create a slight sense of emotional whiplash if you're not prepared for it. Partners and close friends might be confused by your shift from detached conversation to deep emotional connectivity. For Geminis in committed relationships, today offers a valuable opportunity to bridge intellectual connection with emotional intimacy. The planetary alignment supports deep, meaningful conversations about future plans, shared dreams, and even addressing any lingering misunderstandings. There's a special healing quality to your words today. You can mend fences and strengthen bonds if you choose your approach carefully. For single Geminis, your charm factor is amplified, particularly in group settings. You might find yourself attracting attention without special effort. However, with Neptune casting an aspect to Venus, there's a caution against idealizing new connections too quickly. Someone who seems perfect at first glance may reveal complexities later. Enjoy the attention and flirtation, but give new romantic prospects time to reveal their authentic selves before making emotional investments. Health-wise, this is a day to pay special attention to your nervous system and respiratory function. The high mental activity stimulated by the Mercury-Jupiter trine can be exhilarating, but might also lead to mental exhaustion if you don't pace yourself. Breathing exercises would be particularly beneficial today. Try taking 3 deep, conscious breaths whenever you transition between activities. This small practice will help ground your abundant mental energy. There's also a specific indication to watch your caffeine intake today. While you might feel drawn to stimulants to keep up with your racing thoughts, the planetary configuration suggests this could lead to unnecessary anxiety or insomnia. Consider herbal alternatives like peppermint tea, which can stimulate mental clarity without overloading your nervous system. An interesting aspect of today's chart involves your home and physical environment. Mars in Leo is activating your sector of home and foundations, which might manifest as a sudden burst of energy for home improvement projects or addressing lingering domestic issues. You might feel inspired to rearrange furniture, clear clutter, or even consider a more significant change like painting a room or researching a potential move. This is actually excellent timing for such activities, as your aesthetic sense is heightened by Venus's position. Your social sphere looks particularly dynamic on May 25th. A gathering of planets in your house of community suggests unexpected connections and stimulating group dynamics. If you receive an invitation to a social event, even if it's something you might normally decline, the stars strongly suggest you accept. There's an indication of a potentially significant connection to be made, someone whose skills or knowledge will become important to you in the coming months. Communication is always a key theme for Gemini, but today it takes on special significance. Your words carry unusual weight and impact, particularly in digital communications. Blog posts, social media updates, emails, or text messages you send today have the potential to reach further or make a deeper impression than you might anticipate. This is an excellent day for writers, speakers, teachers, or anyone who works with information and ideas. There's a subtle warning about possible miscommunications around midday, however. As Mercury forms a brief, challenging aspect to Neptune, there's potential for messages to be misinterpreted or for important details to be overlooked. Double-check important communications, and don't assume others have understood your meaning perfectly. This is particularly relevant for workplace communications or any instructions you give to others. For Geminis working in creative fields, today offers exceptional potential. The Mercury-Jupiter trine opens mental doorways to fresh concepts and innovative approaches. If you've been experiencing any form of creative block, today's energy can help you break through those barriers. Unusual combinations and surprising connections between seemingly unrelated ideas will prove especially fruitful. Trust your mental leaps, they're taking you somewhere worthwhile. Spiritually, this is a day of intellectual expansion that can also touch deeper parts of your consciousness. You might find yourself drawn to philosophical concepts or exploring the intersection between science and spirituality. Reading material that stretches your worldview would be particularly rewarding today. There's also an indication that meditation practices focusing on the third eye chakra would be especially beneficial, helping to integrate your intellectual insights with deeper wisdom. An unusual aspect between Saturn and Uranus suggests that you may experience a moment of clarity regarding a long-term pattern or cycle in your life. Something you've been struggling with repeatedly might suddenly make sense from a new perspective. This insight won't necessarily solve the issue immediately, but it offers a new vantage point that will prove valuable in the weeks to come. Travel plans or long-distance communications receive favorable aspects today. If you've been considering planning a trip, especially one related to education or personal growth, this is an excellent day to research options or make preliminary arrangements. Additionally, connections with people from different cultural backgrounds or in distant locations are highlighted. A conversation with someone who sees the world differently could spark an important realization. As the day draws to a close, the Pisces moon creates a dreamy, reflective quality to your evening hours. This is perfect for journaling, artistic pursuits, or heart-to-heart conversations. Your dreams tonight might be particularly vivid and meaningful. Keep that notebook handy for recording any insights that come during the night. In summary, May 25th, 2025 offers you a day of exceptional mental clarity, social opportunity, and creative potential, Gemini. The challenges primarily involve managing your high mental energy without burning out and ensuring clear communication despite the rapid pace of your thoughts. By balancing intellectual pursuits with moments of mindful awareness, you can make the most of this cosmically favorable day. Remember that your gift for adapting to changing circumstances is highlighted now. Your flexible approach to life is your greatest strength as you navigate these complex but promising cosmic currents. On May 25, 2025, Gemini experiences a remarkable celestial configuration with multiple planets creating significant influence in your sign. The Sun sits at approximately 4 degrees Gemini, fully illuminating your core identity and bringing your natural communication abilities to their peak potential. This placement strengthens your inherent dualistic nature and makes your quick-witted intelligence particularly sharp. Mercury, your ruling planet, positions itself at approximately 12 degrees Gemini, creating a powerful home advantage. This double Gemini influence amplifies your cognitive functions, verbal abilities, and capacity for processing information. Your mind works at extraordinary speeds under this configuration, making this an ideal day for negotiations, important conversations, or intellectual pursuits. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and good fortune, sits at around 8 degrees Gemini in 2025, forming a conjunction with both your Sun and Mercury. This magnificent triple conjunction in your sign happens only once every 12 years and represents a period of remarkable personal growth, optimistic outlook, and expanded opportunities. Your social circle widens, and your words carry greater weight and influence. Uranus, having recently entered Gemini in this hypothetical 2025 chart, sits at approximately 1 degree Gemini. This revolutionary planet begins a 7-year transit through your sign, initiating a period of personal reinvention. Today specifically, Uranus forms a loose conjunction with your Sun, bringing unexpected insights, technological breakthroughs, or surprising news that may alter your perspective. Venus occupies the final degrees of Gemini, around 28 degrees, about to transition into Cáncer. This placement enhances your charm, verbal wit, and ability to express affection through words and intellectual connection. Your communication style carries an attractive quality today, making it easier to win others over through conversation. Mars positions itself at approximately 14 degrees Pisces, creating a square aspect to your Gemini planets. This introduces a certain tension between your intellectual approach and emotional undercurrents. You may feel a push-pull between analytical thinking and intuitive knowing, requiring you to balance logic with feeling. Saturn continues its transit through Pisces at around 20 degrees, forming challenging square aspects to your Gemini stellium. This creates a tension between freedom of thought and necessary boundaries or responsibilities. Today's influence reminds you that even brilliant ideas require practical application and disciplined execution. Neptune travels through the early degrees of Aries, forming a sextile to your Gemini planets. This supportive aspect enhances your creative thinking and helps you communicate visionary ideas. Your imagination receives a boost, and you may find yourself expressing concepts that blend innovation with intuition. Pluto, now in Aquarius at approximately 5 degrees, forms a beautiful trine to your Gemini planets. This powerful aspect supports deep transformation through communication and intellectual pursuits. Your words carry transformative power today, and conversations may reveal profound truths that catalyze personal evolution. The Moon, completing this celestial picture, travels through Libra, forming harmonious air trine aspects to your Gemini stellium. This enhances emotional balance while communicating and creates a day where your thoughts and feelings align smoothly, allowing for authentic self-expression. This remarkable planetary lineup in your sign on May 25, 2025, represents a peak moment in what astrologers would consider the year of Gemini, with multiple beneficial planets activating your natural talents and creating exceptional potential for intellectual achievement, communication breakthroughs, and personal reinvention through the power of mind and word. May 25, 2025 presents Gemini with a fascinating communication landscape as Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a trine with Jupiter in Libra. This harmonious aspect amplifies your already impressive verbal abilities, making this an exceptional day for all forms of expression. Your thoughts flow with unusual clarity, and you'll find yourself capable of articulating complex concepts with remarkable precision. This isn't just about speaking well, it's about connecting dots in ways others simply cannot. The moon in Aquarius enhances your intellectual curiosity today, creating a perfect storm of mental agility and innovative thinking. You're likely to experience moments of brilliant insight that seem to materialize from nowhere. These aren't random, they're the result of your subconscious processing information in unique patterns that finally crystallize into conscious awareness. Venus in your sign forms a sextile with Mars in Leo, adding a magnetic quality to your communication style. People aren't just hearing your words today, they're feeling them. This planetary combination gives your expression a charismatic edge that makes others naturally gravitate toward your ideas. Use this wisely in any situation requiring persuasion or consensus building. Mercury's position in the 10th house today puts a spotlight on professional communication. Your words carry additional weight in work contexts, and superiors are more likely to recognize the value of your contributions. If you've been waiting for the right moment to pitch an idea or request additional responsibilities, this planetary placement offers strong support. Neptune's square to Mercury introduces an interesting dimension to your communicative landscape. While your logical faculties are sharp, you're simultaneously more attuned to unspoken undercurrents in conversations. You might find yourself picking up on subtle emotional cues that would normally escape your notice. This heightened sensitivity allows you to respond to the complete message, both what's said and what remains unspoken. Saturn's influence from your 9th house encourages a more structured approach to expressing philosophical or educational concepts. You may find yourself naturally organizing your thoughts into frameworks that others find accessible and compelling. This is an excellent day for teaching, writing about complex subjects, or engaging in debates that require both breadth and depth of understanding. Your communication style today benefits from Uranus in Gemini, which is activating innovative thought patterns and unexpected verbal connections. This influence might manifest as clever wordplay, surprising analogies, or revolutionary perspectives that catch others off guard. Your mind is making associations between seemingly unrelated concepts, resulting in expressions that feel both refreshing and revelatory. The Sun-Mercury conjunction amplifies your authentic voice. There's a powerful alignment between your core identity and your communication style today, allowing you to speak with conviction and genuine authority. This isn't about dominating conversations, but rather about expressing your truest thoughts without the usual filters or hesitations that might typically modify your message. Pluto's distant sextile to your ruling planet adds depth and psychological insight to your expressions. You may find yourself naturally exploring the motivations behind behaviors or the deeper implications of seemingly simple topics. This transformative energy allows your communications to penetrate surface-level exchanges and touch on more meaningful territory. Your 3rd house, naturally ruled by Gemini, receives beneficial aspects from Jupiter today, expanding your capacity for learning and information exchange. Conversations flow with unusual ease, and you absorb new information at an accelerated rate. This is an excellent day for interviews, important discussions, or situations where quick mental processing offers an advantage. Mercury's trine to the North Node suggests that today's communications align beautifully with your larger life path. The connections you make and the ideas you express aren't just momentarily satisfying, they're steering you toward fulfilling your broader purpose. Pay attention to conversations that feel particularly resonant, as they may contain clues about your optimal direction. Chiron's position in your 11th house creates an opportunity for healing through group communication. You might find yourself naturally addressing past wounds or insecurities when expressing yourself in community settings. There's a therapeutic quality to your exchanges today, especially when sharing personal experiences or vulnerabilities with trusted circles. The Black Moon, Lilith's conjunction with your Mercury, adds a fascinating layer of taboo-breaking potential to your expression. You may find yourself willing to discuss topics that are typically considered off-limits or expressing unconventional viewpoints that challenge social norms. This influence can be powerful when used consciously to address important but overlooked issues. Ceres in your communication sector emphasizes nurturing exchanges. Your words have a uniquely supportive quality today, making this an excellent time for conversations aimed at encouraging others or helping them feel emotionally safe. This maternal energy infuses your expression with warmth that others find comforting and trustworthy. The asteroid Pallas, Athena forms a trine to your Mercury, enhancing strategic communication. You intuitively understand the best approach for different audiences today, naturally tailoring your message to maximize receptivity. This tactical wisdom extends to timing you'll likely sense exactly when to introduce certain topics for optimal impact. With Mercury forming a quintile to Venus, your expression carries an artistic quality today. Even practical communications benefit from an aesthetic sensibility that makes your words more appealing. This aspect supports creative writing, poetry, or any form of expression where beauty and meaning intertwine. Your compliments carry special weight today, as you naturally find the perfect words to make others feel appreciated. Mercury's opposition to Mars in your partnership sector creates dynamic tension in one-on-one exchanges. While this could manifest as argumentative energy, it's more likely to generate passionate, engaged conversations when consciously directed. Debates can be particularly stimulating today, so long as you maintain awareness of the fine line between healthy opposition and unnecessary conflict. Your mental energy runs exceptionally high with Mercury at its peak strength. This translates to remarkable verbal stamina. You can engage in lengthy, complex discussions without experiencing the mental fatigue that might normally set in. Use this endurance wisely by prioritizing your most important conversations for today. Juno's sextile to Mercury supports committed communication. Promises made today carry extra weight and staying power, making this an excellent time for reaching agreements or clarifying relationship expectations. Your ability to articulate your needs within partnerships is particularly strong, creating opportunities for deeper understanding. The asteroid Vesta in your third house brings a focused quality to your communications. Rather than your typical tendency to bounce between topics, you'll find yourself able to maintain concentration on specific subjects with unusual dedication. This focused energy supports detailed explanations, in-depth learning, and thorough analysis of complex topics. Mercury's biquintile to Neptune stimulates unusual creative connections in your expression. You might find yourself drawn to metaphorical language, storytelling as a communication tool, or using visual imagery to illustrate concepts. This aspect supports artistic expression that bridges the conscious and subconscious realms, making this an excellent day for poetry, fiction writing, or dream analysis. The part of fortune in your fifth house today connects joyful expression with fortunate outcomes. Activities that allow you to communicate playfully, whether through performance, games involving wordplay, or light-hearted creative writing, are especially favored. There's a sense of abundance that flows through self-expression when it comes from a place of authentic enjoyment. As Mercury forms a favorable trine with Jupiter today, your financial intuition is particularly sharp, Gemini. This cosmic alignment opens doors for lucrative conversations and brainstorming sessions that could lead to promising monetary ventures. Your natural communicative abilities are amplified, making this an excellent day to negotiate deals, discuss raises, or pitch ideas that have profit potential. The moon in your resource sector harmonizes with Venus, suggesting that comfort and value-based decisions will serve your bank account well today. You might find yourself drawn to investments that not only promise financial returns, but also align with your personal values and long-term security needs. This isn't just about quick gains, it's about building sustainable wealth through thoughtful choices. Uranus's influence brings unexpected financial news or opportunities through unconventional channels. Keep your eyes open for surprising sources of income, particularly through technology, innovation, or forward-thinking business models. A sudden insight could lead to a profitable side venture if you're willing to explore beyond your comfort zone. Your financial versatility is your greatest asset today. The ability to adapt quickly to changing market conditions or shifting opportunities gives you an edge over those who remain rigid in their approach. Consider diversifying your income streams rather than putting all your resources into one basket. Saturn's position reminds you to balance optimism with practicality. While prospects look promising, ensure you're building on solid foundations rather than castles in the air. Review contracts thoroughly before signing and create clear boundaries around financial partnerships. Implementing structured saving systems today will serve you well in the months ahead. Pluto's transformative energy touches your shared resources sector, potentially bringing opportunities through collaborations, investments, or even inheritances. This is an excellent day to research deeper financial vehicles like stocks, bonds, or mutual funds that align with your long-term goals. Digital currencies and innovative financial technologies could present interesting opportunities today. Your Gemini adaptability positions you well to understand and capitalize on emerging financial trends before they become mainstream. Consider allocating a small portion of your portfolio to experimental investments. Networking proves financially fruitful today. A casual conversation could lead to an insider tip about a job opening, investment opportunity, or business collaboration with significant income potential. Your ability to connect ideas and people becomes a monetizable skill in itself. For Geminis working in sales, marketing, writing, or communication fields, today brings particularly strong earning potential. Your persuasive abilities are heightened, making it easier to close deals or attract clients. Those in creative or tech industries might also find unexpected financial boosts through side projects or intellectual property. Avoid impulsive purchases today, especially those motivated by keeping up appearances. The Venus-Neptune square might cloud your judgment regarding status symbols versus true value. Instead, channel funds toward experiences or assets that genuinely appreciate over time. The evening hours bring clarity about a financial matter that's been causing confusion. You may suddenly see the solution to a budgeting issue or realize how to optimize your resources more effectively. Take time to document these insights while they're fresh. Your financial forecast for the week ahead looks encouraging, with today setting the stage for prosperity if you take decisive yet calculated action. Trust your mental agility, but temper it with thorough research before committing significant resources to new ventures. May 25, 2025 unfolds as a particularly promising day for Gemini natives, with several fortunate areas worth exploring. With the Sun firmly in your sign and Mercury forming a harmonious trine with Jupiter, your natural communicative abilities are especially enhanced. This cosmic configuration opens doors in areas related to self-expression and intellectual pursuits. Your words carry extra weight today, making it an excellent time for important conversations, presentations, or putting your ideas forward in professional settings. The Mercury-Jupiter aspect brings a special gift for finding the right words that resonate deeply with others. Academic endeavors are also highly favored whether you're studying, teaching, or simply engaging in intellectual discussions. Your mind is sharp and receptive to new information. Short-distance travel brings unexpected pleasant encounters today. Even a brief journey across town could lead you to fortunate connections or opportunities, so don't hesitate to accept invitations or change your usual routes. Financial matters show promise in collaborative ventures. While this isn't a day for solo financial decisions, partnerships and joint ventures initiated today have strong potential for future growth. The third house of your chart receives beneficial energy, highlighting connections with siblings, neighbors, and your immediate community as sources of good fortune. Someone in your close circle may provide valuable information or an opportunity you wouldn't have discovered otherwise. Technology and communication tools serve as conduits for fortunate encounters. Check your emails, messages, and social media, as an important connection or opportunity might arrive through digital channels. Creative writing and expression are particularly blessed today. If you've been considering starting a blog, podcast, or any form of content creation, the cosmic energy supports these initiatives with unusual vigor. Your natural Gemini wit and intelligence shine exceptionally bright, allowing you to captivate audiences and make memorable impressions. Networking activities conducted between 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. yield the most promising connections, as the moon forms a supportive sextile with your ruler Mercury during this window. Group activities, rather than solo pursuits, tend to bring the most luck today. Your fortune multiplies when you collaborate and share ideas freely with others. The morning hours are especially favorable for initiating new conversations and reaching out to contacts you've been meaning to connect with. Your mind operates with remarkable clarity before noon, making it an ideal time for important decisions or creative breakthroughs. Learning environments serve as fortunate spaces today. Libraries, educational institutions, workshops, and seminars all provide fertile ground for valuable discoveries and connections. Even casual exchanges of information might lead to significant opportunities, so remain open to conversations that might initially seem trivial. The digital realm offers particularly auspicious possibilities. Online communities, forums, and virtual events aligned with your interests could introduce you to people who significantly impact your path forward. Remember that Mercury, your ruling planet, is supporting fluid expression and quick thinking, so trust your instincts in conversation and don't overthink your responses. Your natural Gemini adaptability is your greatest asset today. Being flexible and responsive to changing circumstances allows you to capitalize on fortunate moments that others might miss. The southeastern direction holds special promise for Gemini natives today. If planning activities or travel, consider options in this direction for maximized good fortune. The social landscape for Gemini on May 25, 2025, appears particularly dynamic as Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in your 11th house of friendship and community. This planetary configuration creates an exceptional day for expanding your social circle and deepening existing connections. Your natural communicative abilities are amplified today, making you especially magnetic in group settings. People seem drawn to your